Muscle cars. They're loud, they're fast, and they're supposed to make your heart race. But not all muscle cars are created equal. Some are straight up embarrassing. Whether they missed the mark with design, performance, or just plain identity, these 7 cars are the biggest flops in muscle car history. Let's break down the top 7 worst muscle cars ever, including their top speeds, 0 to 60 times, and exactly where they went wrong. Number 71975, Dodge Charger. The 2068 and 2069 Chargers were legends, powerful, aggressive, and iconic. But by 1975, the Charger had morphed into a bloated personal luxury car. Instead of a street beast, it became a lounge on wheels. It lost its edge, its muscle, and its meaning. Under the hood, the standard engine was a measly 318 V8 that struggled to deliver excitement. It was slow, heavy, and a total departure from the muscle car spirit. Number 6. 1980 Chevrolet Camaro, Iron Duke. This was a Camaro in name only. GM tried to meet fuel economy regulations by dropping a 90-horsepower 4-cylinder Iron Duke engine into the Camaro. That's right, 90 horsepower. This version was so underpowered that even economy cars were quicker. It was embarrassing to look like a muscle car but move like a lawnmower. The Iron Duke was a disgrace to the Camaro legacy. Number 5. 1979, Ford Mustang Cobra, or Mustang II. The Mustang II was already the low point of the Mustang brand, but the 1979 Cobra tried to make things sporty again. Sadly, even with a 140 horsepower V8, it was still a pretender. The looks were aggressive, but the performance was average at best, and terrible by muscle car standards. It was all bark and no bite. Plus, it handled like a barge. Number 4. 1976, Plymouth Volare Roadrunner. The Roadrunner was once a budget-friendly muscle car legend, but by 1976, Chrysler had watered it down beyond recognition. Instead of a Hemi, you got a 318 or 360 V8 that felt sluggish. Build quality was poor, and emissions standards had choked the performance. It may have worn the Roadrunner badge, but it had no heart left under the hood. Number 3. 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Knight Rider made it look cool, but early 3rd-gen Trans Ams were all show, no-go. The 1982 model had a 305 V8 that made just 145 horsepower. It looked fast, with pop-up headlights and sleek wedge design, but was painfully underpowered. This car desperately needed the power to match its image, but it didn't show up until years later. It was all hype and no horsepower. Number 2. 1974 AMC Matador Go Machine. The AMC Matador tried to jump on the muscle car bandwagon with a performance trim called the Go Machine. It had stripes, a spoiler, and a V8, but nothing about it screamed performance. The styling was awkward, the build quality was questionable, and the handling was downright scary. It was AMC's attempt at muscle, but it never had the muscle to begin with. Number 11978, Ford Mustang II King Cobra. This was supposed to be the rebirth of the performance Mustang. Instead, it became the punchline of muscle car jokes. Despite the flashy decals and name, the King Cobra had just 139 horsepower from a 302 V8. It looked the part, but was slower than the base Mustangs from a decade earlier. It was style over substance, and a reminder of just how far the Mustang had fallen by the late 72nd. These muscle cars were supposed to represent speed, power, and excitement. Instead, they became victims of their era, strangled by emissions laws, rising insurance costs, and misguided attempts to keep the muscle car alive without the muscle. While some have nostalgic charm today, their performance numbers tell a very different story.